Hello everyone and welcome to another Call of Duty Ghosts weapon guide / gun review. Back in that first episode I featured the Honey Badger assault rifle, which is one of my favourite weapons in game, so I thought I'd continue the trend and take a look at another one of my favourites, the MSBS. I've already featured this weapon as part of my Insta-Killer class setup, but I thought I'd take a look at the stats of the MSBS in a little bit more detail and figure out why this thing is so destructive. This thing kills extremely fast, and when it's used against you it's rage inducing because you drop down dead before you even get a chance to react. This weapon's pretty much the assault rifle equivalent of quickscoping. All you have to do is point it at people, then blip, they're dead with just one shot thanks to the 3-round burst configuration. So let's jump straight in and take a look at some of the stats of the MSBS. Its damage rating comes in at 55, dropping off to 20. That up close damage figure is definitely the highest in the assault rifle category. Actually saying that, it's the highest up close damage figure out of all the assault rifles, SMGs and LMGs. It does have quite a harsh drop off to 20 damage at long range, which means these figures equate to a 2 to 5 shot kill. But keep in mind that this is a 3-round burst weapon, so you're going to be able to kill in 1 to 2 bursts as long as all 3 shots from each burst land a hit. Both these stats get a 5 out of 5. Being able to kill someone in 2 shots is just insane, and while it does drop off to a 5-shot kill at long range, it does have quite decent range, with it being able to reach out with that 2-shot kill up to 23 meters. But we do have the muzzle brake attachment available in Call of Duty Ghosts, which increases that 2-shot kill range, making this weapon deadly across pretty much any line of sight. As long as you can point this thing in the right direction, all you're going to need is just one pull of the trigger to take someone down with one burst. The magazine of the MSBS comes in with the typical figure for assault rifles of 30 rounds. This can be extended to 45 rounds with the extended mag attachment, but this is not required considering this weapon is set up in 3-round burst mode, which helps conserve your ammo a whole lot more than those fully auto weapons. You can let this thing run all the way down to 3 rounds left in the magazine, and you'll know that you've still definitely got enough to take out the next enemy. But saying that, reloading is not a problem with a 2.6 second reload time or 3 seconds from totally empty. This is pretty much on par with the Honey Badger that I featured in the last episode, and it's amongst the fastest reloading assault rifles. The only statistic on paper that really lets the MSBS down is its rate of fire. At 448 rounds per minute this looks dreadfully low, but don't let this figure fool you. Because of that 3-round burst mode, the overall fire rate comes out pretty low because of the small delay between each shot, but the actual fire rate for that burst is high at 895 rounds per minute, which is actually the fastest fire rate out of all the assault rifles. This means that those 3 rounds from each burst is going to hit your target in quick succession. So combining that with that high up close damage figure of 55, which equates to a 2-shot kill, those 2 shots are going to land so fast the enemy's not even going to have a chance to react. Then one more advantage of having a 3-round burst weapon is the lower recoil, thanks to the more control that you get from not pinning the trigger in full auto. The recoil spread of the MSBS is pinpoint accurate, but saying that I would actually still recommend the grip attachment. The main problem with the MSBS is its low long range damage figure, which equates to a 5-shot kill or requiring 2 full bursts. But the problem is, even though this recoil spread looks pretty low, that spread of shots does actually flare out over longer distances, which means you're going to need more bursts, and because of that delay between bursts it actually makes this weapon less effective. This is where the grip attachment really helps out. Reducing what recoil there is on the MSBS just helps tighten up that spread of 3 rounds, which means you can take out the baddies at long range with less bursts because all those shots are going to actually land a hit. So while the iron sights on the MSBS aren't too bad, the little aperture at the back isn't very large, so it does make tracking your targets a little bit more difficult than say a full red dot sight. And with this weapon being so reliant on you being pinpoint accurate, it makes sense to spend one of those attachment slots on a red dot sight, but that means they've already recommended 3 attachments overall: a red dot sight, the grip and the muzzle brake. So I'd recommend that you give the 3rd attachment perk a try to run all 3 attachments, then slowly wean yourself off each one of them just to see how each one benefits your performance. You might be able to use these iron sights with no problems, which means you can get rid of that red dot sight and instead use those perk points for something else. So the MSBS gets my overall rating of 5 out of 5. This is definitely one of the most deadly weapons in the game, and it gets my title of Insta-Killer, just like my Insta-Killer class setup featuring this weapon. So if you want to hear me talk a little bit more about the MSBS, don't forget to check out that Insta-Killer class setup. But if you enjoyed my MSBS weapon guide or learned anything new, then I'd really appreciate a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. If you're new to my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stick around for plenty more Call of Duty Ghosts gun reviews, as well as my fun and useful class setup recommendations. Don't forget to check out the Honey Badger review in case you missed it. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.